Yeah, so when you look at the visuals we have here, this is what we're going to develop in this particular video, in this lecture. So we're going to write the code that is going to create this box plot and this violin plot. So without talking too much, let's go. Welcome back. This is the Full Stack Ninja channel. If this is your first time, do like and subscribe to this channel because I release lots of content on data science, machine learning, and software development in general. Today we're going to be focused on making box plot charts using Plotly Express and Violinplot. And for that, we're going to use the gapminder dataset for the 2007 year. So essentially what that is, it just shows the details of life expectancy, population, GDP per capita for the different countries and continents for the year 2007. So I'm just using this example to show you how you can visualize something like the life expectancy for the different continents using box plot charts and violin charts. But without having to talk too much about that, we can just go ahead. The link to the GitHub repository is also going to be down in the description below. So you can go get the code from there. And the data would also be there as well. So this is the folder where it's going to be made. And let's just start with a box plot for life expectancy. So we can just create a Python file, life x boxplot. Oh, that ended up being capital. That's okay. So we're going to import Plotly Express and Pandas. Let's do that. Import pandas as PD. Okay. So first, let's import this data set. And this is what we're using, gapminder 2007. So let's import it as a data frame. Okay. It's in the data folder. Let's go up directory, data folder, gapminder. Yeah, that's what we want. Okay, now that we have that, we can print it to see. So let's just print the head of it. So we can just run this. So you can see there's country, there's GDP per capita, there's also life expectancy, there's continent. Let's go over to the code here. We're going to use the box function in Plotly Express. So let's say plot, give it a variable name. We'll call the Plotly Express module and we search for box. That's it right there. You want to specify the data frame. In this case, it's df. Then you want to specify what you want on your x-axis. So for the x-axis, I want the continents to be on the x-axis. So I can say x. Let me see what it's called here. Continent in small. Okay. Continent. And for the y, I want the life expectancy. So I can just copy this. Okay, let's run this. Let's see how it's going to look like. Okay, I do have the plots here. So this is what you have here. You can see the life expectancy for the different continents for the 2007 year. Now this is quite interesting because we're able to do this, you know, in the course, my Udemy course on visualization using Plotly Express, using a plot map, you know, so for the different regions and things like that. But it's just interesting to see it this way when you see the life expectancy, how it's so different. So for boxplots, these are the upper margin, lower margin. You know, you have the median. This is your median here. Now you can see in Africa, the median life expectancy is about 52 years. Whereas when you compare that to Oceania, the median is about 80. Compare that to Europe, the median is 78. Compare that to Asia, the median is 72. Now this just shows you that there's a great difference in the median age across the different continents. We can go ahead and add a nice little title to this. Let me just go to the code here. It's always good to add titles so that anyone seeing your visual will know the context for which you are showing this. So the title, let's say distribution of life expectancy across the different continents for the 2007 year. Yeah, and this is pretty much it. So this is a very simple use case for this box plot. We could have easily, you know, done this for any of the other numeric values, so things like the population, the GDP per capita, and things like that. So it's pretty straightforward to do that. We could have, if we said we wanted to look at this on the country level, now that would have been quite difficult because, you know, for the country it's just one entry per country, but for continents you have several countries that go to a continent, and so that's why we are able to aggregate these values here. So things like the median and things like that, you know. So yeah, this is what a box plot is. Let me run it again to reflect the changes. Okay. Run it one more time to reflect the changes. Okay, and this is what you have right here. Let me expand it. Very simple to use. Next, let's see how we can create this same visual using a violin plot instead. So let's come here. Okay, so for violin, so this is it for box plots. Let me commit. I'm going to include the link to the repository as well, just so everyone can have access to it. Okay. Okay, next we are going to add Violinplot. Let's call it life expectancy Violinplot. So essentially a Violinplot can be used for the same thing as a boxplot. Only difference is a Violinplot would have much more information than just the boxplot. So let me just copy this. So, since we're going to import the same data set, and let's give it a variable name of plot. We're going to use the Violinplot function. That's it right there, Violin. Okay, specify the data frame. In this case is df. Specify what we want on our x-axis. We want the continents on our x. On our y, we want the life expectancy. I can just change all of this as well. Just make it work for Violinplot. Okay, let's do this and this. Okay, let's do plot.show say instead of distribution, let's say Violin plot. And one of the good things about Violinplot, like I've already said, is it allows you to be able to use much more features than just a boxplot. So you can see here when I go to the docstring, I can specify if I want the box to show. I can specify as well, the hover data, which is fine. I can specify if I want the points to show as well. So I'll show you what everything is one by one. Let's just run this and then I'll edit it some more. So here you have it. Essentially the same information. Let me see if I can pull that up of the box plots. So this is the box plot and the Violin plot. The only difference, of course, there are several differences, right? But one of the key differences here is it also shows you the distribution of the points. And that's really powerful, right? So the box plot on its own pretty much just shows the median, the first quartile, the third quartile, the minimum and the maximum, things like that. It shows you in a box, essentially what it is. But in a Violin plot, it shows you that, once you over it, and it also shows the distribution. So when I look at this, for example, if I say the distribution in Europe, I can see that most of the points occur to be around the 79 mark for the life expectancy in Europe. So also here, I can actually see the distribution. So you can think of a Violin plot as a combination of a histogram and a box plot to some extent. Let's come and let's minimize this. It's fine. Now I want to add points. Okay. I want it to show all points. Okay, so let's run it again. I'll see what it looks like. So this is what we had previously. This is what we have now. You can see the difference is with this, we can see the points. So we not only see the distribution and of course all the other metrics, statistical metrics, we can also see the individual points if we wanted to. You see, so you can see for this life expectancy across the different countries in Africa, you can see how it's spread. And let's go add the box in the middle. Okay. Let's go add the box in the middle. So we'll just say box is true. Okay, and we can also add hover data. So what we want on the over name, let's say we want information about the country to be shown there. Country. Okay, yes, so you have that. Now let's run it again and then see what it looks like. So yeah, you have it. If we hover over the points, it shows the life expectancy and it shows the different points. And this is a very interesting way of visualizing this information, because in my course on Udemy on Plotly Express, we actually visualize this exact information using a choropleth map. But here we are visualizing the same information using Boxplot and Violinplot. And it just goes to show that there are different ways you can visualize your information. It all depends on what you're familiar with, and it depends on what your audience is familiar with as well. So just looking at this, we not only see the distribution, we can also see, the different countries. And we see Swaziland in Africa has the lowest life expectancy. In America, Haiti has the lowest life expectancy at 60 years. In Asia, it's Afghanistan. In Europe, we have Turkey, according to the 2007 gapminder dataset. So that's what it is. So, yeah, you have it. This is what it looks like. Let me go over the code one more time. Let me just go over the code one last time. So we started out with Boxplot. We have our data, and I'm going to link the repository down here as well. We have links to our data. We have the Plotly Express, the Express module in Plotly. We imported it as PX using the alias PX. And some of the attributes we needed for the box function in Plotly Express. We needed to specify the data frame, which is what we imported here. We needed to specify what we wanted on our x-axis, which in this case we wanted the continent, which is what you want on your x-axis. Think of it as a sort of categorical variable. Then we look at on our y-axis the life expectancy, and we give it a nice title. There are other things we could have specified for Boxplot, but I believe this was adequate enough. Now in the case of Violinplot, this is what we have. We specify the data frame, specify x and y. But in addition to what we have for the Boxplot, we're able to specify the number of, if we want all the points to be shown, wanted to specify if we wanted the box to show in the visual, specify the over name for the points, and we give it a nice title. So that's essentially it. Very straightforward. If you like this video, do like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. And you can also check out my free course on Udemy in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next videos I upload on this channel. Thank you.